Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. But today's URC Round 10 look ahead. The URC is back with a bang, a full round of fixtures this weekend. South African derbies are probably the highlight of the weekend, but a couple of nice fixtures and some very cool news for Springboks fans as well as Munster fans with the return of Snyman, who will make his official first appearance of the season this weekend, where he starts against Scarlets for Munster at number 5. So before we go through some of the fixtures and see some of the matchups, as well as how the table is shaping up, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so these are how the fixtures do look. Tomorrow night, we will have Scarlets versus Munster. So Snyman will make his return off, not even off the bench, starting actually tomorrow against Munster, for Munster against Scarlets. We'll get there eventually. Did talk about the fact that a week ago that he was set to make his return. We just weren't sure whether he'll be off the bench or potentially delaying it to that game week in the first weekend of March. But it has been confirmed that he will start tomorrow. Then we've got Zebra taking on Edinburgh. You expect this to be a pretty straightforward victory for Edinburgh, although Zebra have definitely improved. Saturday, for me, it's about the derbies. First up, we've got the Lions taking on the Bulls at 3 o'clock. So a big opportunity for the Lions to exact revenge after going down right towards the end in the reverse fixture earlier this year. Personally think they were the better team and had the chance to win it, but couldn't quite capitalize or convert, quite literally. So at home, for example, you never know. I think the Bulls will not take the Lions as likely as maybe they did a few weeks ago. Then you've got Dens taking on Benton, which is the first-second clash, actually. So this would actually be the game of the weekend, really. Very interesting to see what's going to happen. Obviously, a lot of the Six Nations players not playing, for example, and still in the squad. So very keen to see how this Leinster side looks and what this Benton side can do. If this was a reverse fixture and it was in Italy, I think it could be quite interestingly. But both sides losing a lot of their players means that I don't think this is going to be as cut and dry as we think, but I'll be interested to see how it goes. Then we've got the Sharks taking on the Stormers at 5 o'clock. That is down in Durban, and expect to see quite a few absentees from both teams. A lot of Springboks having to rest. For example, Dane Williamson is overseas at the moment. He's in France, I think, on holiday. A couple of the Sharks players on holiday, like Oxen Chair, for example. The Kanye Amwu play. We're not sure about Grant Williams or Jaden Hendrickson as part of this whole resting protocol with the Boks. You then got Cardiff, who are hosting Connacht. At Arms Park at 7:15. The final match on Saturday will be Warriors hosting the Dragons before we will then see Ospreys hosting Ulster on Sunday. So quite a cool couple of cool fixtures. If you look at the table, a win for Benton will put them top of the log. Wouldn't that be something? But the main thing I think is for the Lions, for example, a win for them could put them in the top 8, and that's where I think which is incredibly important. Very frustrating because had they beaten the Bulls, they'd actually be the highest ranked South African side. So I think from the Lions perspective, Lions, Connacht, Munster very much got a top half of the table to play for. They'll need results to go the other way. For example, Ospreys hosting Ulster. Ulster, you expect them to win, so that could potentially open up a spot for one of these sides. Stormers Edinburgh, for example, you expect to win. So probably not space for all 3 of these sides to move up to the top 8. But the best place one could. So this is really, really interesting, this whole fight for Champions Cup rugby, because there's not a lot in it when you think that the Bulls are at 30 and Munster up down to Munster 24. It's just 6 points, between 4th and 11th, and only 5 spots up for grabs there. So lots of different teams that are very much in contention to play for that Champions Cup rugby. Even Warriors and Benton aren't that far ahead of the other side. So you can't really afford to have a drop off. Similarly, if you decide to go on a bit of a run, you'd actually find yourself in Champions Cup places and potentially find yourself in the Champions Cup next season. Remember, there's no it's a merit-based system, so top 8 to top 8. There's no minimum representation from each nation. So, for example, even Benton, finished 9 and Zebra finished 16th, for example. There's no clause that says that one Italian team has to play or a Welsh team has to be in that in that Champions Cup. So this could be for this could be all four Irish sides, 3 South African sides, and Benton, for example. That could be the Champions Cup sides from the URC. You expect to see Glasgow Warriors there. I think Edinburgh should also probably make it there. But very, very interesting to see. Let me know what your score predictions are down in the comments below. We will have previews for the local derbies in the Lions versus the Bulls, as well as the Stormers versus the Sharks out tomorrow when they officially get those lines. So stay tuned for that. Apart from that, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.